I recorded this video in the fall, just after I harvested all of my peppers, and today I'm going to make them ready and smoke them. So I have a variety of sweet and hot peppers, but none of them are really hot. I will make this into chipotle powder, and usually you would only use jalapenos for this, but as I said, I have a variety of different peppers. And I'm going to smoke them in my electric smoker, and I have this little box where I put in my wood meal, and then I'll go to preheat my oven. It has to preheat for about 40 minutes before I can put in my peppers. And while my smoker is preheating, I will get my peppers ready. And because some of them are a little smaller, I will put on some foil onto my racks, just to be sure that they won't fall through. And I'll just cut up the stems, and then I will cut them into halves and put them onto the foil. And this way I will use all of the seeds. If I had some more hot peppers, I would probably take out some of the seeds so that the end product wouldn't get too spicy. But the seeds also make out a large quantity of the pepper, so if I took out all of the seeds, I would only get maybe half of the amount in the end. So that is why I'm using most of the seeds this time. And I filled up these 3 racks, so now they are ready to go into the smoker. And I also think it's done preheating now. So I just put them in here, and then I will set the temperature to about 100 degrees Celsius and for about 5 hours. But I will check them maybe every hour just to be sure that they don't get too burned. But because it's only 100 degrees, it won't go too fast. So they will both get smoked, and they will also dry out a little. So this is how they are looking after a few hours. And as you can see, they're mostly dry, but some of them are still a little moist. So just to be sure that everything will dry out, I will put them into my dehydrator and give them a few hours there as well. Because if the spice shall keep in the end and don't go moldy, it really has to be bone dry, else it will just lump together and it won't be a good result. So this is the next day, and they are looking pretty good now. So I will take them out of the dehydrator, and the way I'm checking if they are dry enough, I will just take one out at a time. And if I can crush it easily, I know it's really dry. So I'm just doing that with all of them. And I find one that is a little moist or a little gooey and I cannot crush, I will just set it aside and give it some more time in my dehydrator. These are the only few peppers that weren't dry enough, so I'll just put them into the dehydrator once again. but I have this whole big bowl full of dried chilies. So now I can go on and process them the next step, and I'll just put them into my blender and blitz them up into a fine powder. And then it looks like this, and it smells just so good. A little of smoke and chili, and it's just a little in my nose. And now I'll just fill it into some jars that I have made ready. And as you can see, a lot of chilies don't go a long way when you're doing it like this, but there's a lot of flavor in this spice, so you don't have to use a lot of it, and then it's shelf stable. So that is really nice to have. And it's always nice to have something homemade and homegrown. So I got these 3 jars out of it. So I have one for a gift, and then I have the other one in my pantry. So I'm really happy about this, and I hope that you want to try this as well, because it's really easy and it's really yummy as well. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and go and follow us on Instagram at Vestas Farm Life. Bye bye!